Hi guys, and just welcome back to the channel. So today is really warm for us, at least. I mean, it's 24 degrees here. It's going to go up to 26, and tomorrow it's going up to 28, which is absolutely crazy. So I'm excited for it. So today all I wanted to talk about was the wedding that is coming up for myself. I did talk about this previously, quite a while ago I think. The whole upload schedule has kind of been a bit jobby, so I apologize. So it's next week and I'm so excited for it. So a few days ago I actually went out to where the wedding is going to take place. So I went out to the chapel and then where the venue is going to be. So the reason I did do that is so that I could get my test shots done, see what it's going to look like, so I know where I'm going to be during the wedding, where I'm going to be during the venue, and what kind of shots I'm going to be able to get. I did bring a friend along, so I was able to get the test shots of where people would be sitting or where people will be at. I have talked to the client about what kind of shots that they want, so I do have a list of the shots that I'm going to get during the day, so that, you know, things like getting ready in the house shots, that's getting the father and the groom shot, that's getting the father and the bride shot. So I have a list of shots that I necessarily do need to get, and any other shots apart from that there are just sort of bonus shots, you know. So as long as I can get the ones on the list, I should be good. The only other thing that I'm going to do sort of slightly differently from the last wedding that I did shoot is that I'm going to dress a bit better. So in my last wedding that I did shoot, I was wearing just a normal t-shirt like this with a pair of skinny jeans, which makes you kind of stand out. So I'm going to try and wear more sort of formal attire just so that I can kind of blend in a bit more and be in a way less disruptive, I guess. At least that's the mentality that I'm going with. So having the new camera, so having upgraded to the D800 will definitely help me quite a bit. The main thing is just that ISO. So it's going to help me a lot because on the other camera, 800 was where my limit was, and I couldn't get up by that without it being too disruptive to the actual photo. But this camera here, it can go way above 800. It can actually go up to sort of like in the thousands without really having any disruption done to the photo, which is going to help me greatly. The other thing is that with this camera, you can switch between FX and DX mode. So I can go from a 50mm to a 75mm all just with the press of a button, which I do think is kind of handy. So it means I can crop in camera while I'm shooting. Now, whether or not I actually do that and I just keep everything for the post-production and just crop it myself is a whole other question. So what I'm also going to be taking to the wedding, or my whole sort of setup, is going to be this Asus VivoBook. So it's not the most powerful laptop that I've ever had or will have, but I'm going to be using it to back up the photos from the camera and through an SD card reader and then just onto the external hard drive. So that's going with me. Next up is just the actual camera body itself. So this is the Nikon D800. This is the new camera that I have, sorry. So I'm just waiting for the extra battery and the extra SD card and the CF card. So the cool thing is that it has 2 card slots, so I can make a backup of all the photos in case one card fails, which is just an extra bit of security for myself. Next off is just going to be the camera bag that I've always been using. I haven't upgraded this yet, but with the camera, the new camera, I do feel like I need to update it. So this is just the Amazon Basics sort of DSLR camera bag itself. And let's see, so inside, we're going to just bring, so it's just, you know, your standard sort of extra batteries if we need it. So these are ones that I know have lasted quite a while and they're pretty good. So a bit more on the expensive side for these ones, but you know, it's not too bad. I think they were like £16, something like that there. So they do last quite a while and it's something I do need. So the next thing is just going to be this, which is my flash. So this is like very needed. So I'm not too sure which one this is now, to be honest. It's, well, there we go. It's the TT560 Speedlight. Again, I used it in my last video as well, or my last wedding. and it helps it quite a bit in the darker sort of environments. So it means you don't have to rely on upping your ISO quite a bit. So it's definitely a must. And the last sort of thing here is going to be the big zoom lens or telephoto lens. It is the 70-300 4.5 to 5.6. So this is going to be handy for things like the chapel, for like the first kiss, everything like that. You know, it isn't the sharpest one now, but on the new camera I have found its sweet spot, which is around the f8 mark, or well, from 7 to 8, sort of that f-stop, that's where it seems to be sharpest. That should be it. So nothing really else in the bag. I have a few like filters and like lens cloths and things like that in case anything does get dirty. And the other thing is just the well knitted, the the phone. So for any social media outputs, anything else. Also, how cool's the case? So I got the case off Caseify, which is a really, really cool, you know, company. So that's basically all I'm taking with me to the wedding shoot. That's all I sort of need, so I kind of have, to be honest, but it will do me. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it, and slowly but surely I am upgrading my kit. I think the next time I'm going to upgrade it is either the microphone for these videos and hopefully vlogs, I'm hoping, or just new glass. So might upgrade the telephoto to try and get a wee 70-200, or I might try and invest in a 20-40-70. So I can't wait to share all the footage that I do get. Well, not all of them. So once I do get the photos, I'm going to show sort of like sneak peeks of the wedding I have done, and I'm actually going to compare it with the wedding that I've done beforehand, and just sort of compare them photos to show you the contrast between the two cameras I was shooting with. So between the 3200 and then the 800, there is going to be quite a big difference, just because one is a professional body, one is an entry-level camera. But there shouldn't be too much of a difference. In fact, I'll even make a little game out of it. I'll see if you guys can spot which one was shot with which. So that should be an interesting sort of little game that I'm going to put together. So this wedding is going to be a bit different anyway from the last wedding. So there is going to be a lot more traveling involved. My first wedding, there was one location. That's where they were getting married, and that's where they have the venue. This wedding, however, there's 3 different locations. There is where they're getting married, where the venue is, and an extra location for different photos. That's if the weather permits. If the weather is too bad, then the third option might be taken away. Sorry, there's 4, the home where they're getting ready as well, sorry. So there's 4 locations. There might be only 3, depending if it rains. Thank you all for taking the time just to sit down and watch this little video. I know it has been a little while since my last one. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are enjoying all these sort of videos of what I'm doing within my sort of photography journey. And I hope you guys are just having a little bit of entertainment out of it, and possibly, hopefully, learning just a little bit about if you did want to step into the world of photography, or wedding photography for that matter, because I'm still new to it, I'm still learning, so you guys can learn with me as I learn as well. But as always, I hope that you guys all have a fantastic day, and I'm just going to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.